Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. For those who doesn't know me, my name is João Vitor. I am currently global project manager, and I'm responsible for the Godmother program this edition, this semester. And we'll start the program now, and I'll present for you what we have as. I hope you can hear me. For those who doesn't know me, my name is João Vitor. Just a second. Currently outside the training session right now, and afterwards, if you have any question, you can send it to me in the link of YouTube. You can comment over there, or if there's any problem commenting there, you can send it to me via email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so this is the first edition of the Godmother program that is actually of the responsibility of the Global Council of Junior Enterprises. Just 1 second. So actually the Godmother program was created focused on the enlargement. So the goal was to connect established junior enterprises with junior initiatives, groups of students that wanted to create junior enterprises abroad. And by this connection, we hope to accelerate the process of foundation, and by doing so, enlarge our global network and make it already rise connected and knowing more about the global network. But since the beginning of this year, the program had a minor change, and it also started connecting junior enterprises for their development. So instead of just mentoring another junior initiative, there were two fronts. One is exactly that, for enlargement, so you were connected with junior initiatives, and the other one was to connect junior enterprises established from different countries, and by that international connection, to develop both of them in a collaborative mentoring process, and that made us able to connect more junior enterprises, and they made them more aware of our global network. And now for this edition, we redesigned some of the working model to make it more focused in leveraging the junior enterprises results and actually make them solve their main issues. So I'll start the training session right now and talk a little bit more about the working model of the Godmother program. So here's the main purpose of the Godmother program. Is to connect junior enterprises and develop them. Although it can be junior enterprises or junior initiatives, the main goal is to connect and develop. So that is the message we're trying to send here, and we hope you all can have and actually feel the development and see the results getting better and bigger in your junior enterprise. Just to talk a little bit more about our global network, here's how we are located across the globe. So although we have junior initiatives and some junior enterprises in many countries, our network's more focused on Europe, whereas JADE, the European Confederation. We also have a confederation in Canada, Tunisia, and Brazil. And now the Global Council of Junior Enterprises is working to have more confederations in more countries and make our network more effective and develop each and every junior enterprise across the globe. So here is a little bit more of what I told you earlier. The objective of the Godmother program is to connect junior enterprises and enlarge and develop the junior enterprise movement. And by that, we hope to achieve the recognition of the junior enterprises concept. So as I told you, we can enlarge or develop the junior enterprises by the Godmother program, but this edition is focused exclusively on the development of both sides. So we're going to connect junior enterprises to develop them both, so we can have mutual benefits in the process. And the enlargement part of the Godmother program will take place further on, with the global project managers of enlargement connecting their junior initiatives in the countries they're responsible for with junior enterprises established that we will contact further on. So a little bit more about the working model. This Godmother program working model is based on 5 stages of development we established to make it more clear and to have better results in the process. So the goal is to identify the main issues of each junior enterprise, and by the connection, cooperatively establish action plans and goals to reach the next stage of development. So we identified 5 stages of development in 3 main focus points, and by that we hope to diagnose if each junior enterprise participating on the program and solve their main issues by the connection. It is important to say as well that the diagnosis and the main issues is just an instrument, a tool to increase the results of both junior enterprises, but the main goal is not only to solve the issues identified, but by doing so, make both junior enterprises grow, both in terms of turnover, revenue and income, and number of projects, because when a junior enterprise does more projects and has more revenue, they can create a better experience for the junior entrepreneurs, and that is the main goal here. So here are the stages of development. The first one is to validate the business model, the first stage. Afterwards, the goal is to secure resources to improve projects. Once the junior enterprise achieves that level, it gets to maximize efficiency to improve the business model. When that is done, the goal is to achieve the management system and routine management. And in the last level, to consolidate the entrepreneurial culture is the main goal, to develop the junior entrepreneur experience throughout the junior enterprises. All those 5 stages are divided in 3 main pillars. That is people, which is more linked to human resources. Execution, that is related to strategy and how junior enterprises deal with operational issues. And market, that is related to actually how the junior enterprises is connected to the market and is linked to sales and everything else. Here is a map that was established by Brazil Junior, and the goal here is to identify each and every stage of development in each of the three pillars divided, so we can see how what is the goal in each stage of each pillar, so it's easier to identify where the junior enterprise is now in terms of development, and by doing so we can see what is the next step, which is fundamental to see how we're going to get there. So as you all may have seen in the application form, there were 3 questions, one related to people, one related to market, and one related to execution. And in that questions, you put what was the main issue of a junior enterprise in each one of these pillars. So that was the way of doing the diagnostic of where was your junior enterprise in these stages of development in each one of the pillars. So you can see how is the junior enterprise in people, if the problem is retaining member or having human capital, or if it's further on having problems with technical knowledge or the dedication of members. So the junior enterprises begin in the stages more in the center of this circle, and as they're developing, they achieve the outer ring of the circus, and that is the last stage of development in each of these pillars. During the program, as you establish your action plans and set your goals, you can get back to this drawing and find out what are the next steps, so it can get more clear to you what is expected for you to develop and solve in that process. So here's the diagnostic. As I told you, these were the questions that we made you in the application form. So each and every one of you respond to that, and we will send it to you afterwards, so you can have it during the first meeting of the program to talk a little bit more with your connected junior enterprise about what are the main issues and what should you develop to leverage and to generate the growth of your junior enterprise's results. So the pillar of people, that is linked to human resources again, there are 5 main questions you're supposed to ask yourself in order to identify what stage are you in. It is important to say that when you're in level 1, it is probable that you have problems with all of the 5 questions, but you're supposed to focus on the one with a smaller number to solve that problem and go to the next one. And if you are already fine with the next stage, you can jump to the next one where you really identify a problem in your junior enterprise organization. So here are the main 5 questions you can ask yourselves of each one of them, both human capital, problem retaining members, problem allocating all these members in projects, if there's any problem with technical knowledge of the members, or the main issue is the dedication of the junior entrepreneurs of your junior enterprise. Here's the same thing, but in the execution pillar. This is more focused on how you deal with your operational matters. So you can see that there are problems linked to establishing a long-term strategy or defining the process. So it's very important to see how your enterprise is dealing with these questions, and get by each one of the questions to achieve the next level. So this is the third pillar, which is related to market and sales. So here are the 5 questions as well that you answered in your application form. And by that you can identify what you have to do to achieve the next level and develop your enterprise. So here is basically diagnostic. What is the methodology that we use to identify the problems of your enterprises in a clear way, so everyone can see and answer that very simply, just looking at this main questions that will trigger the issues of your organization. So afterwards, you can work on the mentoring with each other to develop the issues you identified. So here's the schedule of the program. We actually had to postpone a little bit the beginning of this program because of problems with applications in some countries. So we had a larger number of applicants from Brazil and some other countries. So we decided to postpone a little bit and try to gather more junior enterprises in more countries. And now we're able to connect 26 junior enterprises in 13 groups. And these groups are formed by junior enterprises from 10 different countries. So Brazil was the country more engaged in this program, and Portugal was the second one. So we actually succeed in gathering more enterprises, and this program, this edition, has been able to connect more junior enterprises than the last one. And even though it's only focused on the development part, it does not include the junior initiatives that will be connected afterwards. So there are 26 junior enterprises connected mainly for the development, which is great in the global council scenario. And that shows us that the program is growing more and more, and has been able to connect our global network and develop them in that matter. So here's a training session. That's the first step of the program. Afterwards, you should contact your connected junior enterprise to schedule when it will be your opening meeting. It is important that you do that and have the meeting until this Sunday. So next week you can already have the second meeting of the program. And I will show to you weekly what is the program, what is the agenda of each meeting, so you can see it clearly, and it will make it easier for you to know for you to do with your connected junior enterprise during each and every meeting. So I'll get back to that later. It's important to know as well that the weekly accompaniments, this meeting that you will have with your connected junior enterprise weekly, we expect you to send us it's a really short text. It's almost like a tweet with 125 characters, not words. And that is really important for us to send you weekly, so everyone can see how the program is going with the other junior enterprises. That was a feedback we had from last edition, And by that short text, we will try to connect you more, so you can see how is the program going with other enterprises. And if you have any interest in knowing the reality of another enterprise from another country, you are able to reach them and talking a little bit about the program and about the reality of each enterprise with each other. So it's very important for you to do that. And I'll try and send to you via email uh, 3 days before the last date, so you can keep up on the dates that you should send this short text. So after the program is executed during these weekly meetings, we'll have the reports and feedback delivery. So the enterprises that participate in the program can handle the final reports, telling a little bit how was the program. It's not anything very big. It's just a small report, very objective, and feedbacks to make the Godmother program better for the next edition. And afterwards, every junior enterprise that delivers the final report will be certified by Brazil Junior as an international connected junior enterprise. And afterwards, we will select some junior enterprises that develop the best in doing the program. And if they want, they will be able to write a case about the story, and we will put it in the global magazine, so the junior enterprise will be able to gain global recognition and show a little bit more of the program and how the development went during the program to our global network. So it's very interesting that you do your best so you can be recognized afterwards. So this is the first week. This is the opening meeting, the first connection between you and your junior enterprise. The main goal is to understand more of the reality of the junior enterprise. So what you should do first is look at the diagnostic of the other junior enterprise to understand the reality. What are the main issues in their organization? And this will be fundamental to know how you will be able to help each other during the program. So this is the most strategic meeting, and I will send to each connected enterprises the diagnostic, the answers of the three questions, so you can see what was your three main issues in that diagnostic I showed you before, so you can talk to your connected enterprise and discuss your issues with them. And after this discussion, you should be able to understand how are those issues identified preventing your enterprise from achieving bigger results. That is the main purpose of the Godmother program. So by the end of this meeting, you are supposed to send us a short text for each enterprise with the following informations: which results I plan to achieve. So the problems of your organization that you want to fix by the end of the program. How much do you want to increase your turnover or revenue, your number of projects? This is very individual, so you're supposed to establish that by the understanding of your own organization. So what is the notion of success you want to achieve after the program? The second information is what I intend to learn So based on your main gaps, your main issues in your organization, you should be able to establish up to three topics. It's very important that you don't write down more than 3 topics, so it will be very hard for you to use four problems as leverage points. So you should focus on up to 3 points of development. So this is what your junior enterprise wants to learn during the process, during the program. And the third one is what you intend to teach the other junior enterprise based on their diagnosis and their main issues. So up to 3 topics as well that you think you are able to help the other junior enterprise developing their own organization. The second week is the topic is how does it work at your junior enterprise. So you're gonna see from the main gaps, the main issues of your organization. You're gonna ask the other junior enterprise how do they do in their organization, so you can see the process, you can see which solutions they have to develop their structure, and you can learn a little bit more of getting an external opinion of how your main problem is solved in the other organization. So the objective is to talk about the learning topic established in the opening meeting based on the experience and know-how of the other junior enterprise. So you will get back to the up to 3 learning topics and talk about them and get the know-how of the other junior enterprise. And afterwards, you should be able to generate insights about which measures can be implemented to increase your results and work on your junior enterprise's main issues. So after that, the deliverable is a short text you should send us with the insights on possible action plans to solve your gaps, and by that, increase your results. After that, you should get a notion of what you plan on doing during the program. And between the second and third week meeting, each unit enterprise should talk a little bit with the executive board on the action plans and collect feedbacks and establish the action plans. And after establishing the action plans between the second and third week, you're supposed to show them, present them to the other enterprise to collect feedbacks and generate insights to validate or adapt the action plan. So the deliverable is a short text for each enterprise that should be sent to us with a very brief description of the validated or adapt action plans established by each enterprise. So during the whole program, you can see that you will be the one who will solve your organization's problem. So it's very important to have the engagement of each enterprise so you can make the best of the program. And after this third week, you should have a very clear notion of what you're going to do to leverage and generate the growth of your enterprise. And now it's just a weekly meeting you're going to have with the other enterprise to track how is the development going, and see if there are any doubts or any questions the other enterprise wants to ask, or any problem that they're facing in implementing the solution. So the objective is to track the implementation of the action plans, the results achieved, and ask questions about any doubts if they're existent, and discuss any problem that appears in the process. So if they're in doubt of how they're going to do anything or something related to the action plans they're established, they should talk to each other and solve the problems cooperatively. Okay, so the deliverable will be the short text in topics for each enterprise. Very briefly, just telling what you executed, which results you have achieved, and insights you had during the meeting. This is the most flexible part of the program because it's just meetings to track the results and to maintain the connection with the other enterprise to see how you can grow together and be together as well during the implementations of the action plans. So there's no need to send a short text in every weekly meeting. So we just ask you to send in the fifth and the seventh week, which is good enough for us to see how is the development of all junior enterprises. And this week, the meetings tend to be a little shorter because it depends a lot on how is the implementation of the action plans and if the junior enterprises are facing any problem or if anything is going well. So this is the easiest part of the program. And in the end of the program, after all this, all the implementation of the action plans, you're going to have the final meeting in the eighth week of the program. And the objective is to look back to the short text of the opening meeting and see how was your improvement, your development throughout the program. So you're going to see what you define in the beginning of the program as the results you wanted to achieve, what you wanted to teach, and what you wanted to learn. And at the end, talk this through with your connected junior enterprise to see which results you have actually achieved, what you have actually learned, and what you have actually taught to the other junior enterprise. And after that, you should write a short text with that information and send it to us as the last short text of the program. In the end, you're basically going to collect the short text and write a little bit more of a personal perspective on the program. How was it important for your junior enterprise, and how did it actually help you with your main issues, with your main gaps, and what were the results, and what was your perspective and feedbacks about the program. So it's very personal. It's not anything very extensive. It's a short final report just for us to see how is the program actually helping the junior enterprises participating. So at the end of the report, it's important for you to write as well, after the results you have already achieved, some of the action plans will have results in a longer term. So we want to see how is that implementation as well, for us to track how is the program actually helping the junior enterprises. So at the end, it's important for you to just write what is your junior enterprise intends to achieve until April 30th. So 4 months after the program, what do you think you will have achieved by the action plans implemented during the Godmother? So after that period, we are going to send forms for the junior enterprises that want to respond. It's not mandatory, but if you felt you have great development, great improvement, you can tell us how did it went by this form we will send to you next year. So this is basically how the program is going to work. Just some observations that are important for you to maintain during the program and the connection with the other Junior Enterprise. This is the first one is about the short text. I already told you. You should send it to the email on the screen. Until the last day of the week, I will send an email to you every week, 3 days before the last day, so you can schedule yourself and organize everything, so there's no problem, and you can have a good time to write. As I said, the short text is very short, just 125 characters, so it's basically a tweet, and it's very easy. The second observation is that there are different time zones between your countries and the one of your connected Junior Enterprise. So it's very important for you to look at the time difference between you and your connected Junior Enterprise. So there's no problem during the scheduling of each meeting. The third one is that the Junior Enterprise concept is not aligned in all countries, so you will notice that perhaps there are some difference between the organization of your Junior Enterprise and the connected Junior Enterprise from other countries. The fourth one is that it's very important to ask your connected Junior Enterprise if your connected Junior Enterprise needs you or have time to help, even if it's not scheduled. So if you're facing any problem, you can ask them, even though it's not a schedule. Sometimes they are able and have more time to the program than others, so they can help you through your issues, even outside the weekly meetings. And the fifth one is a very, very, very basic one. Empathy is very important during the program. The goal is to connect two Junior Enterprises to really understand each other, and by that, be able to solve each other's problems together. And it's a very good opportunity to understand how is the reality of other countries, and understand a little bit more about our global network, and see us as a really global movement, as we are. And in that matter, it's important for you to try to understand the things from your connected enterprise point of view. It's really an empathy exercise. So ask yourself, what would I do in their place with the resources? So sometimes there's a gap between the two Junior Enterprises, so it's important to see that we try to connect you with the Junior Enterprises in a similar reality, but it's still very important to ask yourself that question. And by last, if you have any question at any time, ask the international team. You have my email. I'm totally available by email, or you can find me on Facebook or WhatsApp, or any way of communication you want to reach me. So I'm available 24/7 for you guys. If you want any help with the working model, if you have any question about your connected Junior Enterprise or any problem that appears during the program, feel free to contact me at will. So it is important to tell you as well that there were some Junior Enterprises that mentioned some problems with big time zones difference. So perhaps there will be a little rearranging in the connections, but we will not do it without your agreement. So this is the Junior Enterprises connected. So we have the contact and the name of the Junior Enterprise, and you can already reach out to them to see when you will schedule the opening meeting. And as I said, it is very important for you to do that until this Sunday, which is October 30th. So it's very important for you to not pass that date. So if there's any change in the connection, I will contact you via email, and we will maintain our contact by there. And if there's anything you want to ask, please let me know. Some of you will only watch this training session afterwards, so if you have any question about the training session or about the program during the execution, you can send me an email and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you all for your time, for wanting to connect with another junior enterprise. I really hope you have a great experience connecting with other junior enterprises. This is one of the biggest edition of the Godmother program. It is mainly focused on the developing, so we want to generate mutual value to the junior enterprises connected. We want to benefit both of them, and that is the first time we have a program that has the working model, the methodology, all designed to do that. So I hope you have a great experience and you can see the results increasing, and really being able to solve your junior enterprises problem you were facing for a long period. And when you have an external opinion, you can solve that in an easier way. So here's my email. You can send me a message if you have any doubts or any problems during the program, and I'll get back to you. Okay? I'll just see if there's any questions in the form. Okay, there was a question from Rafa Signoroto. Sorry, from Leo Gomes, that asks if we're going to send a material to use as a guide. We will send you a material that explains better how is the diagnostic works, and what is the main goal of each stage of development. And other than that, you can get back to this training session. It will be available in YouTube, and you can watch it as many times as you want. But we will send it to you until October 26th, this support material, so you can study a little bit more if you have any doubt. Rafa Signoroto also asked if the topics taught during the first meeting, if they're supposed to be in some text to be passed on to the companion junior enterprise. Actually, each deliverable of every meeting, you're gonna think together with a junior enterprise. So it's the result of every meeting. So you're gonna talk with your junior enterprise, discuss the meeting agenda, and afterwards, by the end of it, the deliverable is to be established together. So in the opening meeting, for instance, you will talk with each other about the diagnosis and everything else, and you will talk through and establish together for each junior enterprise what results they want to achieve, what do they want to learn, and what do they want to teach. So everything is aligned between the two enterprises, connected, and they can maintain good communication during the program. So you can talk it together, but afterwards, all this information will be sent to you. We will send all junior enterprises that are participating in the program a document with the short text from everyone, so you can see like how are the insights, or what problems are they facing, how are they thinking of solving that problem, so you can have more insights from other perspectives. And the deliverable is just the short text for every meeting, and there is a limit of 125 characters, so it's really short. It's really a tweet. So there's not like, it's not even half page. It's like basically 3 lines, very objective and brief information. And afterwards, it's just the final report. There's a little bit bigger, but I will send to you a model as well, so it can be easier for you just to write half an hour at the most. So it's not, it will not take much time from you. So basically, that's it. That was that were the questions that was in our chat in YouTube. So afterwards, you can still send me questions that appear. So you can send me by email or any way that you prefer, and I will get back to you and help you with your doubts and your problems at my best. So that's basically it. I hope you have a great experience, and please let me know if anything appears, and I will send to you the support material until tomorrow, October 26th, so it can help you through the opening meeting. But the main informations are in this presentation, in the training session. But anything else, feel free to contact me, okay? Okay, have a great week, everybody, and please let me know if anything appears.